Welcome to the big time, pal!
The victory is well fought.
Welcome to the big time, pal! Now who's got the upper hand? Ah, Gadgetzan, the city of Amatu. Welcome to the big time, pal!
The victory is yours.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Thursday Throwdown. We have made it to the United and Stormwind season. I am your host and one of your casters for tonight, Dr. Fish, and alongside me, I have the man who helped me so much during Saturdays last season. Now he's coming on Thursdays. We've got Mojo Powell. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. Excited to kick off the new season.
Yeah, and I'm very excited too about this match. That we've got in particular. We have one new player to THL who I am familiar with, but I just have never seen play. And then we have a player from our reigning Legacy champions. As this is a Legacy Series match, we do have Donde, the 3 seed for Hot Zilfs, against Truth AM of Redfish. As now Fish has become 2 teams in redfish and bluefish. So very exciting. If you want to go ahead and run through the classes, the play.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, so as we all know, United and Stormwind has been a uh, diverse class meta so far. And with that being said, Donde has brought Hunter, Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock. And Truth AM, going a slightly different direction, has brought Mage, Paladin, Rogue, and Shaman.
Wow. It's like two classes I haven't seen in like months actually being played. Paladin and Warlock? Man, I'm so excited. Warlock is so like we'll see. I mean, there's a few different decks that can be played from these classes. I'm very excited because of that. Really, the only class I can kind of guess what it is Mage. But generally, I mean, and probably Face Hunter. Might be some other Hunter builds as well if Donde wants to be experimental, but we'll see. Both players, I'm sure, will be getting ready for their match soon. I'm in contact with both of them. What do you? So if you look at these classes, I don't quite know ban strategies really well right now. What would you take a gander that these players are considering banning?
Yeah, so these are really interesting here. Truth AM's lineup looks a little bit of a Paladin target lineup. Specifically in the fact that Quest Mage and Quest Rogue are both really good into Paladin, or if not really good, they are the best options into Paladin. An Elemental Shaman, the non-aggro, non-Doomhammer version, is also really good. So I'm expecting Truth AM to keep Donde's Paladin up. I think he's looking to target it and probably ban out something like the Hunter that easily clutches wins against Mage. It's pretty much a free matchup. On Donde's side, I don't really know. I don't think you want to ban Mage because you really want just the free Hunter win.
Yeah.
There's a chance you ban his Paladin. I don't think you ban Rogue, so I don't know. It's sort of up in the air. I'm interested to see what Donde bans.
I really like your. I do agree with your thoughts about what Truth AM should probably ban in the believe in the Paladin, or no, or the Hunter, one of those two. Yeah, because you want to target the Paladin or Shaman.
Yeah, it's targeting Paladin. I think we're banning.
Yeah, you ban the Hunter. From Donde's side, I might ban the Shaman. I think Shaman or Paladin are just two super strong classes.
Yeah, and additionally on the Shaman note, Shaman's a very versatile class right now with like 3 decently distinct decks. There's the aggro version of Elemental Shaman with Doom Hammers and Storm Strikes. There's the just Elemental version, where you cut the Doom Hammers and you run the Gavel, the 2-mana 2/2 weapon.
Yeah.
That discounts your battle cries. And then there's also Quest Shaman, which is a slightly more control-y build with a Stormcaller, Rukan as the finisher.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's a very flexible class, and that may warrant a ban.
Yeah, I have received bans. And lo and behold, 2 of us got the bans correct. Donde has gone with a Shaman ban, and Truth AM has gone with the Hunter ban.
Look at us.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of took a stab at it to be a Shaman ban, but
That's smart. I liked it.
Just because I figured it's got to be Shaman or Paladin because I think Shaman can do some pretty gross stuff depending on the deck. So yeah,
I'm gonna write this down, and for the rest of the season, we're not gonna miss a single ban prediction.
Oh gosh, right? I hope you're correct, but I won't be that expecting myself to not miss a ban all during this. And we should mention this is our only match for tonight. So I mean, it's very exciting that we get to start off this match. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just telling both players to go ahead and start. I've gone ahead, and 10 minutes in the future, the players will hear that I've made the live announcement. So Here we go. I have both. I should have both players added now. No one said there was any issue adding me, so we're good. For those who are watching on stream, Donde will be first to spectate, and Truth AM will be second to spectate. So let's get ready for our first match of season. What do you think these people are gonna? What do you think they're gonna lead with?
Oh, I don't know. I think that if you're Truth AM, you could lead with. I think you want to lead with either the mage or the rogue. You don't want to start paladin, I don't think, because paladin has the highest chance of Donde's paladin beating it, 50-50. And you really don't want to let that paladin through, or else your rogue might have a bit of a tricky time. So I think you're starting with, I'm going to say mage, as we're going to hop into game 1.
No, we got the paladin mirror.
It is the paladin mirror, okay.
With honor. Just like you taught me.
Cool.
Already seeing for Donde some of the tech options. Got the robes of protection in the deck against the mage. I like it.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think that I'll get the classes all correct.
Yeah, I can run through the hands. So Donde's got a heavy one. I think he's going to pitch everything. Robes of protection is not important at all in the paladin mirror. I would say it's actually probably pretty terrible in the paladin mirror. It affects nothing.
Yeah. Ooh, look at.
So you're looking for things like 1-drops, and you're looking for the Alliance Bannerman that's already in hand. So, but what you were really looking for also was the Knight of Anointment. Truth AM played.
Oh, thank you, game, for this wonderful bug of Pack Mule.
Oh, this is interesting.
So
when you hover over it, it says unknown.
But it's a spectator bug. It's just encumbered Pack Mule. So I'm sure
I think we'll learn it pretty quickly when he plays it.
I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't bug out if he plays it. I would assume we're gonna see a coin Bannerman here because it's just so good.
Yep. Yeah, Bannerman's really the card that this archetype formed around. Alliance Bannerman is easily one of the strongest cards in the deck. 3-mana 2/2 draw a card, fine. Buffing up that hand is really awesome. And this is quite a tech inclusion right here. The Deep Run Engineer for Truth AM.
Yeah, he also is running Moonfang, if you see that in his hand as well.
Yeah. Moonfang's been known to be a good paladin card, even in Forge and the Barons, because it works really well with buff cards, but I like this a lot. That Dark Moon Dirigible is a great pickup here for Truth AM. It's coming out to a really clear board lead in the early game.
Yeah. We can obviously see the hand of Donde, so we can see the Sombrero that's probably coming down next turn. Alright, yeah, we got a spec bug. Okay. We'll be right back in game, everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming he played
he played the Pack Mule that was
encumbered Pack Mule.
That was the like Patch's bug, but it's actually in your hand.
I'm gonna have to restart my spectate as well. Shows that it is still Donde's turn when it is in fact AM's turn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm back in the game at the normal thing. And the board has been fully cleared, and a 3/4 encumbered Pack Mule of Truth AM's own has come down on the board. So we'll see what happens here. Samuro would full clear, I think. So I'm wondering if he wants to use that now, or if he maybe wants to go with his buffed up First Blade of Rin potentially to force pressure. I think he wants to get Samuro more buffed because he doesn't necessarily care that much about the tinier board that he has.
Yeah, it's sort of exactly like you're saying. This is not representing a lot of pressure. It's a lot of one-attack minions that obviously, can be Victioned and then eventually Battleground Battle Mastered, but
yeah. So this
or Loatheb, if you want to say.
Moonfang is a problem, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure how Donde was going to be able to deal with it. It's quite a strong card. Especially because it has been buffed up to an 8/5. So it's received 2/1/1 buffs from the Righteous Protector's popping bubble. Don't
This Moonfang's a big issue.
yeah.
Samuro still clears the rest of the board, but like we said, like the rest of this board is not an issue right now. Really, you just got to focus all of your efforts on the Moonfang. You can deal damage with the Catacomb Guard from the Battle Cry is not bad, but there is no way to clear it this turn.
Yeah, right now it's like I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Samuro just be Samuro like Conviction, just because just because they are big enough, and like if Donde wants to push them face, Donde can push them face damage that way. But I guess we're gonna go with the Catacomb Guards to heal a little, and then go with the Pack Mule to force the Moonfang to have to attack into it. Yeah, I like this. I like this play. I like this play.
This is nice. I sort of liked what you said too, because pushing the face damage with the first Blade of Rin is really gonna make Truth AM like bait trading with Moonfang, which is exactly what Donde wants him to do.
Yeah, you don't like. You just don't want to let this thing hit you in the face for 8 every turn. Now, this Carrier Roam does press the issue and make it much more difficult, because he can even buff this up. He can even buff up the Moonfang with Hand of a Doll. It's gonna be pretty
Well, I think what's
cheap.
actually gonna happen is this Dark Moon Dirigible just got 6 attack.
Yeah, so it's just gonna kill off the first blade.
Weapon.
Wow. Yeah, this... So Donde is just in a very, very bad spot right now. He is pretty much dead, and this Samuro can save him a little bit. But he's he's gonna have to Samuro Hand of a Doll, and it still might not be enough. Because he's gonna need to clear everything, so he can swing into the dirigible with his minion and clear everything.
You can do it with Conviction instead,
True.
and that'll get you a little more life steal off the Catacomb Guard.
I agree. I think that would be a better play.
But I think I'd rather see it with the Conviction, but still, like, you're clearing everything but the Moonfang, and Moonfang is hitting for 8, potentially 10 on the next turn. I think you have to go for this play. You play out the Conviction, you can play out the Knight of Anointment as well. Look for your second Conviction.
Yeah, I think he has to swing into something. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no taunt in the way, so is just gonna go face. But I think this Conviction play sets up a lethal potential, because he has Battlegrounds Battlemaster in his hand with a second Conviction.
Second Conviction.
Yeah. So I think now Truth AM has to be aware of the fact that this could happen, and the Pack Mule will come down, which will stave off some damage. Actually, will save up quite a bit, I believe. But depending, so it forces trade, and now Battlemaster's not that good.
The Battlemaster gets significantly worse, but like Donde is healed a little bit out of danger. Obviously, Battlegrounds Battlemaster is pretty much always lethal after turn 6 in Handbuff Paladin.
Pretty much. Yeah.
A little more stable. We can really start working on clearing off this Moonfang, which is still a tough order.
Yeah.
You could go something like 6/6 Battlemaster and Hand of a Doll. You could kill both the Pack Mule and the first Blade of Rin if you wanted to, or Pack Mule and then like 2 hits on the Moonfang. I think I'd like to see something like that. I think you do 2 hits on the Moonfang, and then there's like a very high chance that Truth AM wants to trade into that Battlemaster.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Donde is gonna look to play out this Goody 2 shield. He is correct that he isn't dead on board. He's one because it is one-off lethals, but I think we are just gonna push the 1 face damage and just say, if you can't kill me, you die. But the Pack Mules, there's 2 of them, so I think again we're gonna have to do a quick swap of things, because I think the second Pack Mule, which is bugged, is gonna come out here.
Yeah, it will.
So
and it has bugged the game out.
Yeah, so we'll see how. Hopefully, we'll get a good idea of what happened when we get back in. I mean, Donde had really that one turn to win, and the double taunt coming out is very tough to deal with. So I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's true. And while this turn was good, setting up the lethal with the Battlemaster is never a bad option. I think I would have liked to see Donde played a little safer. You could have played out the Battlemaster on the last turn, and you could have cleared the first Blade of Rin as well as the Pack Mule.
Yeah. I can see that.
And would have potentially ended up in a slightly less precarious position. But board is pretty overwhelming. There was not a lot of options for Donde.
We gotta see where these hit. Yeah, the hits there aren't. Those hits aren't the best. Donde's gonna be forced to. He's gonna be forced to play the other one of the battle masters here. Just depends on how he wants to. It just depends on where he wants to play.
I don't think there's anything he can do at this point.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't kill the Moonfang, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can't kill the Moonfang, and you can't kill both 3-attack minions.
Yeah.
So I believe Donde is unequivocally dead.
Yeah, he is dead. So he will let Truth AM get the finishing damage. So yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, as Truth AM picks up this game 1 victory, this is huge for Truth AM. This Paladin mirror match could have been really scary. If Donde wins the Paladin mirror, then like Truth AM's Rogue and Mage may not find like real target favored matchup that they're looking for.
Yeah.
So Truth AM getting onto the board early, getting that pressure down, and landing the really large Moonfang on turn 5. Just sealed out the game as we're gonna head into game 2.
Yeah, and Moonfang isn't generally like a card that's run all the time, but it really worked out there. I might be wrong though. Maybe lists are running Moonfang, and I just haven't been paying attention. Paladin is one of those classes.
I haven't seen it all the time. I don't think it's a 4 card in the deck.
Your time has come.
And this is an interesting matchup. So it seems like an aggro style elemental shaman or Donde against the obviously Quest Mage for Truth AM. This is a hugely favored aggro shaman matchup.
Yes. Aggro shaman hits Mage in the face. That's what they want to do.
Mage's one weakness is being hit in the face.
True.
I like these keeps from Truth AM, right? Obviously you have to keep the quest, but keeping things like Runed Orb, First Flame, Combustion, all of these tools to really just try and keep Donde off of the board in the early game.
Did he not mulligan anything?
I'm not sure how it actually went.
Okay.
Looking to coin out the first.
Because I was gonna wonder if he kept all that and he didn't look for flow. I would be a bit concerned because I think that's like, I don't know, as someone who has a lot of experience on Mage, I didn't see the mulligan and it doesn't show like he mulliganed anything, so I probably just got in late. But I think flow is just really the only thing you're looking for in this deck right away. But hey, looks like we're gonna get the clear of the 1/2. Which will get the fire spell completed. Doesn't have any mana for anything else.
So I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I really like this.
He's just gonna second flame and I guess be able to clear next turn.
So you have the options next turn. You can either it becomes a much better combustion target on the next turn, or it sets up a nice coin fire sale with whatever other minion that Donde plays, right? So it now dies to fire sale. Unfortunately, that other minion also has 5 health. Fire sale is still not bad here. You can go fire sale flurry. Now opting to Runed Orb instead, and I don't hate this either. Springwater is a great pickup.
Nice Springwater off of that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is just as good. You can flurry now. You're still going to take the 4 damage, but the fire sale will be a almost guaranteed full clear. There aren't a ton of options that Donde can play that have more than 3.
Yeah, there was a potential to draw Brain Freeze there, which would have been devastating for Donde.
That's true.
So right now, I think like Gyreworm's probably your best play just because it's the extra damage. With this Mage going to 18 health, there's not the combustion target isn't that great, but the fire sale is really good here. But
yeah,
we always go for the coins. You always go for the coin Springwater because then you can just hard play the fire sale. Yeah.
And important to note for Truth AM, this is an Apexis Blast version of the list, clearly, as
Gotcha.
opposed to like an Auctioneer version or the more recent Wand Thief versions. But I will say from Donde's last turn, I think it was kind of pretty apparent that Truth AM was looking to play a Fire Sale. He used Runed Orb on the full health Arid Stormer as opposed to the one that was already a 2-3, right? So like clearly trying to set things 2-3 health. So there was a world in which you skipped the Gyre Worm play. But again, Gyre Worm is hard to activate, and it was good to get the Lilypad Lurker activation this turn, so it's a debatable play.
Yeah, I mean, Lilypad didn't really need the activation. I'm pretty sure that Lilypad was always just the play there. I could have seen a reason to maybe go for like Diligent Note Taker Storm Strike it, and then you have deal face damage, and you get another Storm Strike. But I don't mind what Donde did. There's a really clutch card in the Cage Match Custodian. This is gonna allow
Cage Match Custodian.
Gonna allow Donde to draw either a Whack-A-Null or a Doomhammer.
So I'm expecting Doomhammer to actually be the only weapon in the deck.
Yeah, I would agree.
You're probably running 2 of Storm Strike and 2 of Rockbiter Weapon, and this Cage Match pickup could be the draw that puts Donde sort of back in this game. Truth AM has been clearing off minis really effectively and is already on part 3 of the quest after that powerful second Springwater turn.
Yeah. Instead gonna opt for a Fireheart, which isn't bad. I think I'd like to take the I think Overdraft is really good here.
Yeah, because you could play Cage Match Custodian now, and on the next turn you'll have the Doomhammer that you could play, and then you can do that 2 damage with the Overdraft, right? It's just nice.
I mean, his opponent's taking 6 damage next turn, with more to come. So, however, this mage deck, as you see, it draws Ice Barrier. The barrier is in play. So maybe with the understanding of that this Doomhammer was drawn, that Donde. I'm gonna see the combustion come out. I might have wanted to see the barrier here, but I guess barrier can kind of be played anytime.
Yeah, I think you're looking to play barrier later, and I think the combustion comes down. You could play. I would like to see. Oh, okay. Doesn't go for the Primordial Studies. Primordial Studies would have just completed the quest.
Yeah,
that's what
I agree. Yeah, there's only one arcane left.
Combustion.
Yeah, I agree.
Playing the combustion over the Ice Barrier and the Enchantress Flow is like pretty clearly like
sure
we're going for quest completion here. So
yeah.
I would have maybe liked to see and then just use that last mana on the Primordial Studies, but instead opts not to, and Donde will equip the Doomhammer, so putting Truth AM on that timer.
Yep. So Donde's not gonna bother to he's not gonna bother to play the Overdraft right now. He can still play it next turn. He's probably hoping to draw another. He's probably hoping to draw another card that is that has Overload. You can play the Overload next turn plus the Overdraft. So looking at only needing an arcane spell, so Flow here would just complete the quest, and I think I'd actually like to see that. You can go you can essentially just go flow quest and be fine. I'm not sure. This doesn't seem like an Auctioneer version since it's running Apexis. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I would imagine there's no Auctioneer in the deck, especially with the rate he's been throwing out Springwaters. Yeah. I'm not sure I love playing the quest here because you're actually dead in a lot of situations here. I would have liked to play the barrier.
I believe that he is actually dead. Storm Strike Overdraft should just do it. 10. No, he's a couple damage off actually. Because you can't play both of the Storm Strike. You can't play 2 Storm Strikes. But
it's true.
But you definitely want a Diligent Note Taker here, and Storm Strike, because then you'll have one for next turn. Actually, yeah, because he won't overdraft enough. Overdraft won't get him to enough mana.
Now, unfortunately, it only brings him 2, but like, you have a lot of draws for like over the top lethal. It does not involve hitting your opponent in the presumably Ice Barrier face, right? Like,
yeah.
You can draw
Nimbus giving a Stormer
Lightning
really
Bolt.
Cool.
You can draw Gyre Worm, things like that.
Yeah.
We'll ignore this Ice Barrier and just kill. Also, Storm Strike is lethal through Ice Barrier.
Yes, it is. It is barely lethal for it. So, the whole thing here would have been that this has to kill essentially. Combustion can remove all the minions, but it doesn't matter if you're gonna take a lot of damage. The best thing that probably could have happened is maybe a Pexis, like you if essentially clearing off Donde's minions and then trying to clear off your own Varden so there's no Storm Strike target.
It was possible. You could have gone Ice Barrier straight into Fire Sale.
Okay.
Right, as Truth Am, this seems a little. It's a little awkward. You know that Donde has Storm Strike in hand. It's guaranteed. So if you play the Fire Sale, actually it doesn't matter because it's Shaman.
Like
he can make minions.
Yeah, Shaman is really strong.
So never mind. Actually doesn't matter. But Donde will take a victory, evening the series out to 1-1 with a swift Shaman kill.
You're right. Realistically, Donde could have just drawn something something to just go over the top. So it makes sense to not necessarily play around it, and obviously Mage doesn't have healing, so yeah, we're all tied up though at 1-1.
That's sort of the way you expect that matchup to go. The Mage in the face. That's all that happens. So we'll see. Donde now queuing up the Warlock into Truth AM's Rogue. It is a Quest Rogue versus a Quest Warlock. We'll see what build of Quest Warlock it is. Ooh.
There's been so many different builds.
There have. This seems like this is the one that I have been playing as well. This is what appears to be No Hands Gamer's list. It runs 2 Soul Rens, which are pretty good into the aggro matchups, and then also allows you to play the Bristlebacks and the Baron Scavengers, these cards that activate when you have 10 or less cards in your deck.
Mm-hmm. Makes a lot of sense.
It's sometimes a little slower than the Zoo style list, but it also has the opportunity to like play 2 Flesh Giants and a Battle Master on like turn 6 and just kill you. So I like this list.
Yeah.
I don't know the stats on this matchup. I can look.
I don't know either. Looks like it's looking like a bit of a rough start here for Donde overall, but the tour guide's not bad. You can just go for Hero Power Tour Guide and see what you draw next turn.
Yeah, Hero Power Tour Guide's really not bad. Slow is fine as the Warlock in this matchup, actually.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to Truth AM's had a really awkward start. Yeah, the Battle Masters does mean this is No Hands Gamer's list.
Yeah. So
coining the operative is like
coining the operative
really
is
awkward.
It's
no
really,
way to trigger Swindle.
It's really awkward, yeah, because now he's gonna slam a Secret Passage and look for something. Look for one of the 2 mana. Look for like one of the 2 mana guys, and he didn't. He did get a Shadow Step, but this feels really awkward. I agree.
It's awkward for sure. Shadow Step's good enough.
It's good because it does trigger for the first part of quest. However,
you've got 1 mana left. Oh,
it's easier to okay. So they didn't get the Truth AM did not the only one that wasn't playable. Yeah, everything else, every other gizmo's playable besides the send a minion to like your opponent's hand or whatever.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. It's good in this matchup. You know, it can deal with the Flesh Giants, but
sure.
So it was a little. I think Truth was probably looking for a little more tempo than that.
Yeah. Donde draws Tamsin. So we got the first part of quest completed.
And play an 8/8.
Yes, so we are going to see Drain Soul plus Mortal Coil very likely, or Touch of the Nathrezim, but Touch doesn't do anything, so Mortal Coil draws a card. See what he gets. Soul Ren number 2. This is very, like, as much as Donde is gonna like having Soul Rens in some matchups, I'm not 100% sure about it here, but I guess it makes sense. There are a lot of cards that there are indeed a lot of. Now he's got a lot of minions. This SI Assassin only costs 5 mana, and the Informant is going to be I believe with 2 2 cards played, it'll be... Oh, no, it's an SI Infiltrator, so... Just probably going to play that out at some point, potentially, just to trigger... Just to get a trigger. Because obviously Warlock has no secrets. Right.
Yeah. The Assassin does cost 5. Sort of Shadow Step the Foxy Fraud.
Sure.
Make that cost even less, which is a little
yeah,
cute.
The fact that
not anymore.
it's very interesting the fact that there's only one Shadow Step left for the entire game. There really isn't a way to generate it. And I like that we're gonna use the XI7 Extortion here, and then Assassin the Giant. But this, one card that I really think is extremely busted in Warlock, and I've thought it for a while, is that card that is on the second to right of Donde's hand, which is Raise Dead. So Raise Dead, literally, like, there's been, I think, 2 or 3 minions only that have died for... I believe only, like, 2 minions have died for Donde, and he
should be guaranteed to be a Tour Guide and
a Flesh Giant, which is extremely strong. There is a chance you could go for, like, a Backfire play here, but I'm not sure I like that as much as just going for Raise Dead and just seeing what you can do, because you can essentially get the second part of his quest done here by going go for Backfire first. All right, so we do find a Tour Guide and a second Backfire and no.
It's
Goldshire Gnome. Okay.
Interesting inclusion. So it's actually a really interesting question there as to whether to Raise Dead or Backfire. Backfire, you like to save for the Ruined Mithril Rod a lot of the time. But the unfortunate part of Raise Dead in that situation is you don't want to play the Giant because you know that Truth AM Shadow Stepped the SI7 Assassin. Like, you saw it happen. So Flesh Giant at the moment is kind of worthless in hand.
Yeah. And maybe if this is...
the Backfire wasn't bad.
No, that was fine. Like, we see the Baron Scavenger, so we are seeing the removal package in general.
Yeah, and very close to 10 cards.
So Donde waited on the Backfire. I really like that he waited.
Oh.
He will burn a card. I don't think he minds burning anything. If any, I mean, he can't burn a crucial card to his thing, and
potentially not.
That comes out.
This. I mean, this is going to give so much room for Truth AM, and also, like, you're going to burn a card. This could be something really powerful, like the Ruined Mithril Rod that you're looking for.
Yeah, it could look.
Having 10 cards in hand also is like, you can't play Backfire. You can't tap. Only a Bloodshard Bristleback.
Bloodshard Bristleback, which, you know, is a nice card to have. There is still a second one in the deck. Same with the Mithril Rods. There are 2 Mithril Rods, but you want to get both. So yeah, Donde's gonna go ahead and Soul Rend, and he's gonna burn some cards. Burns Thalnos, burns second Null, so neither of those burns are that important. But now his deck has 10 or less cards, so everything's active. So he's gonna put up a big board here, and probably essentially just hope that kind of just say, hey, essentially deal with my board. He's not gonna quite complete the quest. There was an argument.
Oh my god.
There was definitely an argument to just tap and not play the Tour Guide, but I like the Tour Guide.
There was.
Could have played.
This ended up being really strong.
Could have potentially.
I mean, there was also an argument.
But...
Yeah, there was also an argument for just completing the quest that turn instead of playing the Soul Rend.
Sure.
Donde was close enough to 10 cards in the deck anyway, but this turn ended. This play rather ended up being so much more valuable. Finding the second Flesh Giant provides a lethal out, even if SI7 Assassin comes down on 1 Flesh Giant. Like, Donde is still holding lethal.
Yes, Battlegrounds Battlemaster is very strong. You're gonna have to remove multiple minions. I don't know how possible that is. Like, yes, one of the Flesh Giants is gonna get removed, but probably also has to use both Wicked Stabs. Plus that, that's the only way that lethal is prevented, is using a lot of resources. Not wasting them, but using them.
Yeah. So this is a lot.
But it's not too bad now that Scabs is in hand. It's gonna be pretty. There's gonna be a pretty good hand next turn. Pretty good turn for him next turn.
That was really clutch.
Yeah.
The Gyro Blade hit the right minion there.
Yeah.
Beat up the quest. Truth AM takes control of the board and takes control of the game in a pretty meaningful way, Donde could look to complete and
Donde
play the quest reward this turn.
Donde completes with backfire, and he gets the quest, and he gets Tamsin.
I believe he even completes with like trade unstable Shadow Blast.
Yes, he does. He does. So you could go for that to play Tamsin plus the Baron Scavenger. I actually quite like that. For sure. But okay, so I think he's gonna go for the. You gonna go for a backfire play here? No, okay. So he's just gonna.
Yep.
So he's.
There's no reason to play backfire.
So he's just gonna do
Tamsin.
it. He's just gonna do it. He's gonna do that. Play the Baron Scavenger, and is he gonna tap here? Definitely needs to complete the quest right here, right now. That way you can. That way. I think the only reason I kind of liked completing it with 3 is just so you could get the Tamsin out now, so you could potentially kill next turn.
I agree, but that was possible anyway. Instead of playing this version of Tamsin, right? Instead of playing Tamsin Rome, you could just Tour Guide trades in.
No, that's what I mean.
Shadow Blast
I like
goes on the
I like
yeah,
that
exactly.
play. I like that play, and you play Blightborn. Yeah,
then
you just play the quest reward.
You could still play the Baron Scavenger.
Yeah,
that still fits in too. You still have mana for that. So.
Yeah, that's what I I exactly saw that. Yeah.
I think a bit of a miss from Donde there, and this gets sapped, which is unfortunate.
I don't think it's gonna matter enough.
No, you're probably right.
I think just wondering if there's enough damage with if there's enough damage. I think Donde just probably just kills here with well, with the Tamsin getting destroyed, that makes it a bit difficult to win with like just going like Tamsin backfire like and killing. It makes it a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
I
guess the argument
I don't know if Donde has
or
enough
the
to
play
kill.
that Donde made was that now there's a 0 mana unstable Shadow Blast.
Sure.
Which is really powerful. And I didn't think about the fact that it sets up
can't play
quite a lethal
can't
out,
play the scavenger.
closer.
Cannot play the scavenger. They're gonna very likely gonna have to subvert all damage. Probably gonna play. You go like Blightborn, double shadow, but I don't think there's still enough to backfire with that. But that's not even lethal damage. That's a big issue. There's not enough to deal. There's not enough to deal 15 this turn, which means Donde has to heal.
This line was like okay, let's look for lethal type of a line, but I think that if you're going to play Tamsin Rome, like was played last turn, you should use it to heal back up a little.
He is close. He'll just be just out of range.
Oh,
he found it! Oh wow!
Oh my god!
From the clutches of defeat, Donde pulls a win. That's nutty, man. Of course, there was so little cards in Donde's deck, he knew there was a Raise Dead. So he took the chance. Oh, what a...
If there's one lesson to learn from this game, it's that Warlock can kill you.
Trust your outs.
From anywhere.
I mean, it was either that or he loses. Like, he can't play the other thing, so...
Really insane. Good on Donde to see the
lines really great job. I mean, if you're gonna die, you might as well try if you're gonna die, you might as well try to do it to kill if you have an out.
Yeah, and finds that I think 1 in 5 draw for the lethal. So really well played there from Donde. Just like good recognition of the lines that he needed to take to win. Yes. Now, unfortunately, he's gonna find himself in 2 difficult matchups to finish this out. Donde will now have to beat only has to beat one of them. But now playing into the Mage and the Rogue, which are both really weak matchups for Paladin. I'll say, if there was a hand that was going to beat a Mage, it would be this really fast start.
The Robes is the part of this matchup that will make it difficult. Like,
yeah, and especially like Donde's holding Robes for turn 3, and then like 32 Shields, Righteous Protector on 4, Battle Master on 5.
Essentially, yeah, he's gonna the only The good thing is I don't think because hero powers can't even hit it. But like now at this point, it just is gonna become a race. I would just make sure that you play the robes right here because I think robes itself gets its own protection around it. Could also wait potentially and just do something like knight plus hero power. You want to get a conviction or maybe another hand of a doll to hand. Could slow play potentially to go like minion. But robes is
I
gonna.
don't mind playing the robes.
But I like the robes here. It's like what are you gonna do about it?
Benefit to playing the robes is that now any future plays are also protected by the robes.
Yeah.
So as opposed to playing Goody 2 shields that gets removed and then you never find a time to stick the robe, sticking the robe now is really nice.
Yeah, so
Throwdown has a powerful start too. I think we haven't really mentioned it. Enchantress Flow was in the hand. Ice Barrier, a lot of removal options in like Ignite, First Flame, Combustion.
Okay, so Pack Mule's been drawn.
Yeah.
Just I would make sure that I was still the one thing that this mage can't deal with is not being able to hit their opponent's minions. So next this is kind of null and void because the Battle Master is just going to come out. I actually think that this is pretty much the only way that Donde wins this because he certainly has the advantage with how much damage he has.
Yeah, and like it's close. I think there's actually a world where Donde may not play Battlemaster this turn. Instead, plays the Conviction because you can get the Divine Shield back on Goody 2 shields, which means it can't die to Fire Sale.
Oh yeah, Fire Sale.
So instead, you play this. You get some attacks in this turn.
You even play a Pack Mule.
Can't play Hand of It All, which is fun.
Yeah,
but,
I don't think Hand of It All matters too much.
This play is really nice. Proccing that Spell Burst on Goody 2 shields makes this board really resilient and sets up what looks like it could be just a Battlemaster win.
Yeah, I really liked. There is second Ice Barrier. As I have
I
to,
believe even with Battlemaster, it's only 26.
Yeah, it's close. I don't think it'll kill this turn unless second Conviction comes out.
Oh, the Pack Mules. I gotta leave.
Yeah. So we're back in the game, and it looks like Donde has played Battlemaster. So he's just gonna go in. It's 20. Looks like he has quite a lot of damage. But it's not not lethal, but it's very
unless
close.
he drew another Conviction while I was out of the spectate, it should have been 26 damage.
Yeah, he's down to 7 now.
Yep.
And so it's 33 damage on board, but that doesn't. So Rhino is good here, but Rhino doesn't kill. So Donde
Desperate
with the
Donde
with the robes of protection gets there.
Robes on 3, Battlemaster on 5 means a 3.
Yeah, that was great. I think Battlemaster was on 6.
Oh, you're right. It was Battlemaster.
But Donde got there. So congratulations to him.
And the Hot Zilfs starting out their season strong. Obviously, reigning Legacy Series champions. I believe you can buy Hot Zilfs merchandise over on the Team Hearth Legends store.
Yeah. I'm happy to see Donde get the first win of the season.
That's nice. And Throwdown played well. There were a lot of options there, a lot of really close games. That last one, a little bit stompy.
Last one was
an unfortunate last-second loss to Warlock in the game before.
Yeah, I mean, Donde really played to his outs. I mean, he just, like, the one Warlock game, it was very close, and he played to the out. So I've got Donde added to the call. He will join when he's ready. And there he is. Hello, Donde. Congratulations on starting your team season off strong. Oh, can't hear for some reason. Can you hear Donde Mojo? Because yeah.
I cannot.
Okay. 'Cause I saw his thing moving, but I didn't see any audio. I didn't hear any audio coming out. So maybe he's sharing.
How about now?
I can hear you now, sir.
That's it.
Sorry, Discord decided when I updated that it wanted to change my settings.
Want to change your settings? Oh yes, the classic. So yeah, congrats on winning. And getting your team off to the start in their defense of the title.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure because Jammies was supposed to play today to take the pressure off me.
Yeah.
In his own words, and that didn't happen today. So I was like, all right, guess I lead off now.
Yeah, I mean, there was a really exciting, like the Warlock game was just so exciting.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
yeah, actually,
exciting's a word for it.
Yeah.
It's not the word I use.
If you don't mind, talk us.
I mean,
through
it's
those
exciting to
last,
watch. For you, that must have been very
few
stressful.
turns. The Warlock game was intense.
Yeah, I mean, I knew obviously once he played the assassin and killed the flesh giant, and then shadow stepped it. I was like, okay, I know he's got one more in hand. I need to make a board because you guys saw that I had the Battle Master in hand there, the Battlegrounds. Wind Fury, kill your opponent. And I was like, okay, board needs to stick, but he's obviously going to kill something big. And some ordering issues there too. I tried the raised head and couldn't get the giant out in time. So there was like a lot of issues with play there. And I was fortunate enough to get the draw at the end. Like, so at that point I was thinking, all right, board is kind of hard stuck. He's got tools. I'm probably looking at trying to complete this quest and go off with Tamsin instead. And I knew that as I did the math on that last turn in particular, 3 or 4 times, and I was like, I don't get here, and there's no way in my mind that he doesn't have, and he had 12 damage on board, and even if I could heal, I figured I needed to get lucky, and it was a 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 to get that raised head out of my deck, and it came down to those last few seconds where I was like, this is my only play. I have to play to my outs, and I just got very, very lucky.
There you go.
Yeah, but even like the turn before, like seeing playing the unstable Shadow Blast, I think with the first Tamsin, old Tamsin, to get the 0 mana Shadow Blast, like it really just all worked out perfectly. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was, like I said, it was playing to the outs, like knowing I was going to need it. At that point, that was basically the plan, was to get him in self damage, because I had the backfire in hand. I thought that was going to be a part of that play, part of that turn. And when he played the Plunderer, the 2/1 Plunderer there, it kind of changed the math a little bit, because I figured even if I hit the 2/2, if I draw that raised and I'm one short, so like I was, the numbers, it was like that GIF, where Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover has the numbers flying around his head. I was trying
I like
to figure it out as fast as possible.
He found the out, so congrats, well played.
Thank you. And I mean, well played to Truth as well. Like, those were 4 very, very close games across the board.
Yes.
The first game was frustrating because he got off to a quicker start and I just never could get a foothold. But he played it very well. And then the Mage game, just that last one, just came down to I have Robes of Protection. And that's what it's in the deck for.
Yeah, I
did in fact have it.
When I saw the robes, I was like, oh my gosh, the way his hand plays out, like. I think I was like, I kind of just think he gets there because there's nothing that Truth can do to interact with his minions, and and so at that point the mage isn't equipped by turn 6 to burn an opponent out.
Devolving is the only answer there. If you're hard running devolving, or you get a devolving out of a Runed Orb, which is somewhat of a Hail Mary anyway.
That's true.
And then you have to hit the robes. So there's there's a lot of like checks along the way.
Agreed.
That it almost always makes sense to just drop robes and say, if you got it, you got it.
I want to say, actually, I do believe that he was hard running devolving. I think I saw it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I wasn't paying full attention to the hand, but
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Go back and pay attention or watch.
I think I saw it in his hand in the Shaman game. He may have discovered it off of something, but I'm pretty sure he actually does just hard run it.
I mean, it's not a bad inclusion, especially if you are looking at a lineup where Paladin is on the other side of the board. Just because robes, I think robes is very underrated.
Oh, it's insane.
But there's different schools of thought on, is it worth running that card specifically for that matchup? My opinion is yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and especially in this lineup that we were talking about earlier before match started. Like, this is a pretty clear target Paladin lineup from. So like running the Robes of Protection just makes sense. It's really smart.
Yeah, once I saw the lineup, I knew with almost 100% certainty my Hunter was banned. So I wasn't surprised by that ban at all. and kind of tailored my band towards that. I figured the shaman might be a little bit out of left field band, but I mean, the shaman was the most versatile of the classes that he brought.
Sure.
So I wasn't sure, is he running Doomhammer? Is he running just Elemental Quest? There's rather than deal with it, I figured get it out of the way. I'm pretty confident the other 3 decks, at least I know what they are, and I can make somewhat of a game plan based on that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was like, I kind of think he just banned Shaman. Like, it's actually not the class. It's actually just one of the better, like one of the top 3 classes for very likely this expansion. So it's pretty good ban.
Yeah, safe.
Yeah,
I thought it was a safe ban. And
definitely.
first week of the season, we don't have anything to really go on. And Truth is a rookie as well, so I had no idea what Truth's intentions were for class brings this week. And I'm like, let's just bring stuff I've been feeling good with. That's really, at least class wise, and then we can figure it out from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that first game, the one that Truth did win. I mean, that Moonfang was just such a pain in the butt.
Oh, it was a great
That was
card. When
a
I saw
great
that,
tech.
I knew I was never getting rid of that thing.
Yeah.
Especially after it got buffed twice. Oh, good God. That thing was immortal.
I was like, oh, well, I don't like calling matches over until I see zeros, but I was like, a zero, I was like, ooh, that might be what loses the game. And there's nothing that they really could have done about it.
and I knew it comes down to if I sink multiple minions into, I mean, everything that hits it dies unless it has a divine shield. So odds are most of the minions are just going to flat out die. So I'm just willingly giving up my board, and he's probably fine with that too because he's going to keep developing board the whole time. He doesn't really care if I keep throwing stuff into it. So I was trying to find a way to keep it at bay and also get minions down on board. He just had enough to get there, and it was well played and a great inclusion in the deck.
Oh, definitely. And there was a chance, like, he had, like, after a while, he probably realized that I can't keep actually going face, because I think you set up at least one Battlemaster lethal board.
Yeah.
So that was always good, like, playing to that potential out. I think that's just a big lesson to learn for players, is to, try to, like, think about your outs and how you can grab one from when you think you're gonna lose.
I mean, that Warlock game in particular,
100%.
Really no business with a win there. But that's, cards, that's what happens. Sometimes you draw the right card at the right time.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you for coming on stream and playing both to you and Truth AM. I'll let you give any last words, and we can go ahead and wrap up.
Thanks, Mojo and Fish, of course, for casting and bringing the match to stream tonight. Always appreciate the work you guys are doing. Thank you to Truth for suggesting and coming on stream, and first match in THL as well. So a little added pressure there, but I thought he played very, very well, and I think he'll do some great things this season. So good luck to Truth the rest of the season. Good luck to Redfish for the rest of the week, and hopefully this is good news for Zilfs the rest of the season, because we'd really like to put up a good show.
Yeah, it's always nice when your team gets the first win of the season, like between all your players, and it's got to feel good for you to do that as well.
Absolutely, especially I personally had a pretty rough season record wise.
Yeah,
they kind of carried me to most of the way to the championship, so it would be nice to actually carry my own weight, and then Jammies might stop talking to me about it for like 30 seconds.
Hey, look, starting your season out for your team with the big win on the first stream of the season.
Yeah, first match.
That's a message.
Sure.
Pretty excited.
Love it.
Pretty excited about it.
I'm excited. I mean, I know our teams face at some point this season, so I'm excited. All 3 of our teams go at it.
As do ours. I think we're all
3 of our teams are in Silver Conference.
Yeah, Silver. I hear the kids say that it is free.
I've heard that, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
We will have to see. It should be exciting no matter what, though. I think looking across the board at Silver, there are so many potential playoff teams. Pretty much every team, I think, has a claim to being a top 4 at the end of the season.
I could see that.
It's going to be a dogfight.
Definitely. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Mojo, for casting with me. It's a pleasure as always.
Anytime.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Friday night fights. We have some matches going on. That my boy Saku has sent me. We have starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna have I believe first match is always Just in Time versus Hickett in Legacy Gold. And then 9 p.m. Eastern will be Battlegrounds one of the Battlegrounds lobbies, and then 10 p.m. is going to be Lefty 2111 versus our caster Mojo Pal. He'll be playing on stream tomorrow night. A Legacy Silver Conference. So make sure you come back for that, everybody. It's gonna be very exciting. I'm not 100% sure who's casting Fridays. Saku's the op.
Right here, baby.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're switching spots.
Yes.
Hopefully we will meet again in the post-game interview.
Yes.
I believe it will be normally it will be myself, Saku, Corden, and
okay.
at least one other. Corden is unavailable this week
Okay.
due to vacation. So,
Nice.
enjoy.
Oh, I'm excited for this Friday night crew. Yeah. So maybe I'll be playing Battlegrounds. No, I won't be playing Battlegrounds on Friday. I'm playing in the Sunday lobby, but
I'm casting the first match, then jumping into Battlegrounds, and then casting the second match.
oh, I gotcha. All right.
There you go.
Well,
So that should be a fun evening for me.
oh yeah, that'll be fun. So we will see you all then for that. Until tomorrow night, have a fantastic rest of your evening and stay safe, everybody. Good night.